Part 27. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 261. It didn't take long for the news from the Holy Demon Realm to reach the original realm. A faint smile appeared on Ye Chen's face. With this, the next few months should be relatively peaceful. My husband, some people from the Holy Flame sect and other forces want to see you. Luo Hongjian sent a message to Ye Chen. Let them come. Ye Chen sent a voice message. The Holy Flame sect was one of the 7 forces that stood up to help the Ashan Divine Kingdom before. The strength of the Holy Flame sect was not as good as that of the Ashan Divine Kingdom, but it was also very strong. The leader was a heavenly Dao level strongman. Each of the other several families had a heavenly Dao level strongman. If they didn't have the strength and confidence, they wouldn't dare to stand up in that situation. Not long after, a total of 20 or so strongmen from the 7 forces arrived at Fengming Palace. Dai Ye Chen. Everyone saluted, and they were all quite polite. They dared not treat Ye Chen as an ant in the original realm anymore. Ye Chen's strength was stronger than theirs, and the Lord of Ashan was tossed by Ye Chen to tears. Ye Chen's eyes swept over the 20 or so strong men. They must have come here to discuss compensation today, but they must hate him in their hearts. These guys can come here to talk, they should be relatively important figures among the strong men in the lower realm of their respective forces. Ye Chen thought to himself. Xiao Lu, try to hypnotize them. The companion Willow immediately took action. It was a saint-level strength within 10 kilometers, and it was easy to hypnotize them all, but the degree of hypnosis was not very deep. It was difficult to control them directly through hypnosis. After all, their forces all had strong men at the level of heaven. The companion Willow told Ye Chen the situation. Ye Chen waved his hand, and the 20 or so strong men woke up immediately. They looked at Ye Chen in shock and anger. Everyone, don't be angry. Ye Chen said lightly, and the next second the 20 or so strong men felt the terrifying pressure, which almost made their souls collapse. 10 seconds later, the pressure dissipated. They gasped and looked at Ye Chen in horror. No one at the Xianxian level could have such a terrifying aura. Is Ye Chen a true god? These 20 or so strong men couldn't believe it. In such an environment as the original world, how could Ye Chen reach such strength? But the feeling just now was very real, it couldn't be a lie. Ye Chen chuckled and said, everyone, this is now my dojo. The rules of heaven and earth are somewhat different from those of the original world, and the limits of heaven and earth are higher. Now that you know my secret, I give you 2 choices. First, sign the master-servant contract obediently, second, die. At this point, Ye Chen waved his hand, and more than 20 master-servant contract scrolls appeared. He had received a big gift package in this regard before. These contract scrolls are only at the level of the small success of the heavenly immortals, but these people only have the cultivation of the perfect level of the earthly immortals, which is just right for them. Ye Chen, you can't do this. A strong man from the Holy Flame sect said coldly, we are here to pay compensation, and you still want to control us to become your slaves. Have you considered the consequences? What consequences? Ye Chen sneered. I have already offended the forgetful demon sect, the Orson Divine Kingdom, and the demon clan. Who else am I afraid of offending? The strong men present were stunned. That's true. In their opinion, Ye Chen will definitely die in the future, and it will be the same no matter how many more forces he offends. Choose. Choosing to die is equivalent to making a choice for the other strong men in the lower world of your force. I will fulfill you then. Ye Chen chuckled. Some of the 20 or so strong men wanted to say something harsh and wanted to face death with equanimity, but after hearing what Ye Chen said, they held back their words. Dai Ye Chen, you are playing with fire. A strong man sighed, and he stood up and was the first to use the master-servant contract. After using the contract, his expression immediately became much more respectful. The other strong men also silently used the master-servant contract. They already knew Ye Chen's secret, and Ye Chen could not let them go directly. Either accept or die, they have no other choice. Send me a message, tell me the plans of your respective forces. Ye Chen smiled. The master-servant contract has been signed, and these 20 strong men will not lie. Ye Chen soon learned a lot of things. In the future, forces such as the Holy Flame sect will all want to get the heavenly Dao destiny plate from him. Even now there are various plans. As long as there is a chance, they will be executed. You haven't signed the master-servant contract, don't let people notice the abnormality. If there are special plans in the future, let me know in advance. Ye Chen quickly sent these 20 strong men away. With these 20 or so internal responses, the subsequent negotiations with these 7 forces were very easy. Ye Chen made these 7 forces pay a heavy price. For example, the Holy Flame sect promised to give a holy level fire source bead. There is a small world of flame inside. The strong who practiced the fire attribute entered it to practice, and the effect was very good. Ye Chen's plan was to put such things in the Haoshan Tower. Cooperating with the Haoshan Tower, they suppressed the luck of the Tianyang dynasty. It is worth mentioning that treasures such as the Holy Fire Source Pearl can now be brought to the original world, but due to the rules, the effect is greatly suppressed. As time passed, the original world was very peaceful. The Holy Demon Realm was turbulent. The kingdom of Orson is suffering from rounds of terrorist attacks. The demons are madly targeting the kingdom of Asun, and even many strong humans are targeting the Lord of Asun. Call. The leader of Wangqing took a deep breath, and after a full year of stability, she finally fully recovered. The resources consumed are immeasurable. To her surprise, what happened this time actually made her strength slightly improve. You must know that Wangqing cult leader is already ranked among the top 10 masters. It is difficult to improve to her level. If you improve a little, your ranking will rise a little. The strength of King Asun has been reduced, and Master Wangqing feels that his strength should exceed that of King Asun. The leader of Wangqing frowned. She sensed that Luo Hongjian was asleep and tried to sneak into Luo Hongjian's dream, but failed. How did she know that Luo Hongjian now has the cultivation level of a heavenly immortal and has the perfect combat power of a heavenly immortal? The leader of Wangqing is very strong, but her power is not that strong when it comes. Husband, just now I felt the master Wangqing trying to invade my dream. Luo Hongjian opened her eyes. Ye Chen also opened his eyes at this moment, and he was reminded by the companion god Lu. Ye Chen's eyes flickered. Beauty has no permanent enemies, only eternal interests. Perhaps we can make use of her, Lord Wangqing. Luo Hongjian said thoughtfully, Husband, do you mean to let her enter my dream? Let me talk to her, and let her target the Lord of Asun. Ye Chen nodded slightly. Both of them are extremely powerful. If we cooperate sincerely in the future, it will be very detrimental to us. It's best to let them become enemies. Now the Wangqing cult master should have recovered, and the strength of the king of Asun has decreased. It is very likely that the strength of the Wangqing cult exceeds the power of the king of Asun. Luo Hongjian frowned slightly. Husband, if she kills the Lord of Asun, will you really give her the destiny of heaven? Ye Chen smiled. Of course, if she does it, I will do what I say. The destiny of heaven must be given to her. I can also guarantee that I won't cause trouble for her people for a certain period of time. Luo Hongjian nodded lightly. Husband, then I will continue to sleep. Soon Luo Hongjian fell asleep, and Ye Chen stared at Luo Hongjian intently. My wife is so charming. In the world of saints and demons, the leader of Wangqing used a special treasure. She tried again. This time Luo Hongjian did not stop her, she successfully sneaked into Luo Hongjian's dream. But we can no longer learn Luo Hongjian's secret through dreams like before. Luo Hongjian probably already has the strength of an immortal. The leader of Wangqing secretly thought. Master Wangqing, long time no see. Luo Hongjian said calmly. The leader of Wangqing felt that the scenery around her had changed. She appeared in a pavilion, and Luo Hongjian sat there and looked at her quietly. Luo Hongjian, you have become beautiful. Even in the world of saints and demons, you are probably already the most beautiful woman. You are wronged by following Ye Chen. The leader of Wangqing said calmly. She wants to separate Ye Chen and Luo Hongjian. Luo Hongjian said with a half smile but not a smile, Master Wangqing, your strength should have recovered. If you kill the Lord of Asun, the heavenly destiny will be yours. The leader of Wangqing raised his eyebrows. She wanted to drive a wedge between Luo Hongjian and Ye Chen, but Luo Hongjian actually wanted to drive a wedge between her and the king of Asun. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 262. Half an hour later, Luo Hongjian woke up. Husband, I have talked a lot with Master Wangqing. I don't know if she will target Lord Asun. Luo Hongjian said. Ye Chen smiled and said, Hongjian, it depends on your luck. You have woken up twice in a row and I guess you won't be able to sleep now. Let's do some exercise. A dash. The next second, Luo Hongjian was kissed by Ye Chen. Time flies, and 5 months have passed in the blink of an eye. The rewards for signing in the first 3 months of these 5 months were average, and in the 4th month they finally returned to their original level. Sir, I can hear voices. Xuanhuan was extremely surprised and said that her luck was affected, her hearing, taste, and smell were all lost, and she didn't hear any sound for half a year. At this moment, Xuanhuan heard the music played by Ye Chen. Good. A smile appeared on Ye Chen's face, and he continued to play. When he heard the music, Xuanhuan burst into tears. Ye Chen played the piano so beautifully. Next to her, Chunlin was also listening intently. Her level of piano skills is very high, but Ye Chen's level is much higher than hers. Thank you, my lord. After a while, Xuanhuan was extremely grateful. In the past few months, Ye Chen would play a piece of music every day to stimulate her to recover faster through the music. It does have an effect. Now the sense of smell and taste have not recovered, but the hearing has recovered first. Xuanhuan, just thank me verbally and not give me a hug. Luo Hongjian's voice rang out at this moment, and she arrived at Fengming Palace. After Xuanhuan heard what Luo Hongjian said, he mustered up the courage to step forward. Ye Chen hesitated for a moment, opened his arms and hugged Xuanhuan gently. After spending several months together, Ye Chen and Xuanhuan are now much more familiar with each other than before. They also know Xuanhuan and Luo Hongjian quite well. Your Majesty, my hearing has recovered. Xuanhuan quickly left Ye Chen's arms. It was good that Luo Hongjian would agree to a hug between her and Ye Chen, but she couldn't let herself drift in front of Luo Hongjian. After staying in Fengming Palace for so long, Xuanhuan knew very well the relationship between Ye Chen and Luo Hongjian. If calculated in terms of percentages, in Ye Chen's mind, Luo Hongjian's share was more than 50%, and Enlangxiu and the others together couldn't compare. Ye Chen didn't spend that much time with Enlangxiu and the others. But Enlangxiu and the others got a lot of good things. For several months, she was injured and unable to stand still, while Luo Hongjian and the others' strength soared. Enlangxiu, Lu Qianqian, and Luo Yudi have now reached the level of perfect immortals, and their combat prowess has reached the level of a minor immortal. Luo Hongjian's cultivation level has reached the level of Xianxian, and her combat power has reached the level of Xianxian. The limit of the world in the original world, Xianxian is currently a small success. The strength of Enlangxiu and the others has reached the limit of heaven and earth, and Luo Hongjian's current strength has even exceeded the limit of heaven and earth. Xuanhuan, congratulations. Luo Hongjian smiled and said, now that your hearing has recovered, it won't take long for your sense of smell and taste to recover as well. Then let your husband cook you something delicious. Shang Guanyan said hesitantly, Your Majesty, my hearing has recovered and most of my luck has recovered. Maybe it's time to say goodbye and leave. She didn't want to leave, but she had been in the palace for 5 months. If Luo Hongjian and the others didn't try to persuade her to stay, wouldn't she be able to stay here shamelessly? Luo Hongjian looked at Ye Chen and chuckled, Husband, what do you think? Ye Chen coughed lightly. Hongjian, I think it's good for Shang Guanyan to stay in the palace and be the female official next to you. Luo Hongjian rolled her eyes at Ye Chen. Shang Guan, if you want, you can stay with me and be my female officer. You are now 5th on the list of beauties in the sky, so the risk is not small outside. Shang Guanyan was stunned. Number 5 on the Juxiao beauty list? Ye Chen looked at Luo Hongjian in confusion. Hongjian, isn't the Juxiao beauty list no longer updated? Juxiao Pavilion is gone now? Hu Xiao, Nightingale, and the others are currently training in the Demon Refining Tower. They are all at the level of Xian Xian Xiao Cheng, and their combat power is only at the level of Xian Xian Xiao Cheng. Eunuch Lu is a little weaker, but Tianxian is full of strength. Pei Wei is weaker, with the strength of an immortal. Among the powerful people who have descended from the holy and demon realm, the strongest one is the immortal Dacheng. Pei Wei's strength is pretty good. Luo Hongjian said, I don't know which force secretly did it. They updated the Juxiao beauty list again, and it seems to be targeting us. The rankings of me, Enlan, Qianqian, and Chang'e have not changed. Shangguan's ranking has been directly promoted from 24th to 5th. This ranking is true based on the officer's appearance, but it feels like this ranking is deliberately targeting us and attracting enemies to us. Having said this, Luo Hongjian took out a handful of albums and handed them to Ye Chen. Ye Chen flipped through the album. This photo album is more comprehensive than the original one, including all the top 100 beauties, including Luo Hongjian and the others. Miss Minjiao's ranking has also improved. This is not just against us, but also against our entire Tianyang dynasty. Ye Chen said in a deep voice. Miss Minjiao's ranking dropped from 7th to 9th, but now she is back to 7th. The top 5 are Luo Hongjian and the others. The 6th is Natasha, the 7th Moon Girl. The pertinence is quite obvious. But people won't think this ranking is wrong because the ranking is basically true. Luo Hongjian said, Husband, many powerful men who have descended from the holy demon realm are very interested in this aspect. This thing will bring us extra trouble. Ye Chen frowned secretly. Of course, many powerful people who came from the holy demon realm were very interested. The most powerful of the powerful men who have descended are now those with the cultivation level of the heavenly immortal. At most, the perfect strength of an immortal. In the world of saints and demons, there are Xuanxian level strongmen, true God level strongmen, and saints above them. Above the saints, there are also the top Tiandao level strongmen. They are nothing. They have few resources for beautiful women in the holy demon realm. When you reach the original realm, your true nature cannot be revealed. Moreover, there are certain risks in entering the original world, and it is troublesome to practice in the original world. Many of them came to the lower world because of the beauties who slandered the original world. He, brother-in-law, I guess many people are jealous of you. Luo Yudi came out of the training tower at this time, she said with a smile. Ye Chen sighed softly. That's for sure. Luo Hongjian and the 4 of them have become his women. Shang Guanyan has stayed in Fengming Palace for so long. In the eyes of others, she has also become his woman. Husband, I have asked the Jin Yaiwei to investigate to see which force caused it, but it is estimated that it will be difficult for the Jin Yaiwei to investigate. Luo Hongjian frowned. This kind of thing is definitely not created by ordinary forces. They don't have the courage. Ye Chen thought about it, it shouldn't be a demon, there was no demon coming from the 10,000 demon city. The rest of the demons in the Endless Sea are just that strong, they don't have the guts. The kingdom of Asun should not be either. The kingdom of Asun has no energy to focus on the original world now. The life of the leader of the kingdom of Asun is extremely miserable. When Ye Chen got the news, he almost couldn't survive twice. Now half a year is not full yet, there is still more than half a month to go. Neither the Holy Flame sect or others. If it was those 7 families, I should have received the news by now. Ye Chen secretly thought. There should be other forces taking action. But it's not that easy to find out which company is causing trouble secretly. Husband, the number of strong men who have descended from the holy demon realm now is close to 100,000, right? Luo Hongjian said. Ye Chen nodded slightly, there are still strong people coming in the past 2 days. Adding the strong people coming this time, the number of strong people coming will definitely exceed 100,000. The limits of the original world and the world have been raised, and the holy and demonic world is closer, making it much easier to descend. Luo Hongjian frowned and said, Husband, what's the point of our Tianyang dynasty's army now? Ye Chen released the skills before, coupled with the increase in the limit of heaven and earth, and the treasure to suppress luck, the strength of the people of Tianyang dynasty has been greatly improved. But compared with the powerful ones who came, the gap is quite big. If millions of troops can't defeat a single enemy, what's the point of the army's existence? The Tianyang dynasty originally had only 20 million soldiers. In view of the situation in Juxiao continent, the number of Tianyang dynasty soldiers has been increased to 30 million. With Tianyang dynasty's current national strength, there was no problem in raising these armies, but Luo Hongjian felt confused. A beauty has its own meaning. Ye Chen chuckled. In the ghost control ring, there were tens of thousands of demon souls absorbed, as well as the demon souls of more than 10,000 strong human beings. Now Ye Chen has completely controlled them. Let them fight in the outside world. They are ghosts and their strength will be affected. Ye Chen now has a way to transform those demon souls and the souls of strong men into the martial souls of the soldiers of the Tianyang dynasty. Hongjian, you pick 50,000 people from the army and gather them together. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 263. Within a few days, Luo Hongjian had 50,000 soldiers selected. They are all the best among the best. 40% came from the Black Dragon Guards, and 30% came from the Jinyi Guards. Another 30% come from troops stationed in various places. Everyone gathered inside the Sumuru ring, 50,000 people lined up neatly. The aura of iron-blooded killing emanated from them. Your Majesty is here, the Emperor is here. Eunuch Yan's loud voice sounded, and Ye Chen and Luo Hongjian arrived at the huge school grounds. See Your Majesty, see the Emperor and Empress. 50,000 elite soldiers knelt down uniformly and saluted. Luo Hongjian raised her voice and said, My fellow soldiers are safe. A large number of powerful men from the holy demon realm have arrived. I think all of you are a little hesitant. With your own strength, how can you protect your home and country? Many soldiers were trembling, and they indeed had such thoughts. I am just as hesitant as you are, but the Empress said there is a way. The eyes of tens of thousands of soldiers fell on Ye Chen. Ye Chen smiled lightly and said, Everyone, I will give you martial spirits. The martial spirits are all Earth Immortal Dachan, Earth Immortal Perfect Level Cultivation. After you have a powerful martial spirit, Your training speed will be much faster and your combat power will be improved a lot in the next 2 months, you will adapt here. As Ye Chen spoke, a large number of demon souls and ghosts of powerful human beings appeared in the ghost-controlling ring, and they quickly entered the bodies of each soldier. Under normal circumstances, it is impossible for the ghosts of strong men to directly become martial spirits in this way. They may occupy the magpie's nest. But these ghosts will not have such a problem. They have been completely controlled, and Ye Chen also used treasures other than the ghost control ring to deal with them. Start practicing immediately. There will be some discomfort at first. This is normal. Ye Chen said. 50,000 soldiers trained quickly, and Ye Chen's consciousness spread out to pay attention to their situation. Even if some strong men had problems, Ye Chen's strength could quickly handle them. In 5 months, with Ye Chen's talent and the use of things like the Enlightenment Pill, Ye Chen has now reached the level of a complete Xianxian. The combat power of a god-level Xiao Cheng. In the Tianyang Imperial Palace, Ye Chen can still fully display his strength. Half an hour later, someone stood up in great surprise. Empress Qi, I have initially integrated the martial spirit. Ye Chen's spiritual consciousness entered the body of this strong man and examined it in detail and said with a smile, yes, you have indeed initially integrated the martial spirit. The martial spirit will improve your physique and enhance your cultivation. Work hard. Yes, Empress. Time passed by, Luo Hongjian had left, and the other strong men merged one after another. In 2 hours, all 50,000 soldiers merged. Their overall strength increased 100 times. In the next time, if they are properly integrated, there will be absolutely no problem in increasing their strength by 100-fold. We swear to be loyal to your majesty to the death, and to the emperor and the empress to the death. The 50,000 soldiers secretly discussed it, and they all knelt on their knees and shouted loudly. Ye Chen has improved their strength so much, to them, they are like reborn parents. When their parents gave birth to them, they already had 100 years of lifespan from the beginning. Ye Chen had improved their strength so much that they already had hundreds of years of lifespan. It is entirely possible to add another 1,000 years in the future. Ye Chen said quietly, everyone, if you betray me in the future, the martial soul in your body will eat the master. I will make this clear to you first. Okay, continue to improve your strength, you are still too weak now. If you perform well, you can have a second martial spirit or even a third martial spirit in the future. After saying that, Ye Chen disappeared, and the 50,000 soldiers quickly continued to seize the time to practice. They all want to perform better and have more powerful martial spirits. Husband. As soon as they arrived outside, Luo Hongjian quickly arrived in front of Ye Chen, with a worried look in her eyes. Hongjian, is there something wrong? Ye Chen asked. Luo Hongjian frowned slightly, didn't the Jin Yiwei intensify their efforts to investigate the 9 heavens beauty list? It was found that some powerful people who had arrived were ready to make a move. Ye Chen smiled and said, Hongjian, this is normal. It will take about half a year for the heavenly horoscope to be fully restored, and all forces will be ready to take action. But for the time being, they may just do something secretly, send some spies to our Tianyang dynasty to investigate, or secretly win over some forces in the Tianyang dynasty. Luo Hongjian nodded. The things Jin Yiwei found out were the same as what Ye Chen said. Sir, there is a mysterious person who offers a lot of money and wants to take me away from Tianxian Tower. At this moment, Miss Minjiao sent a message to Ye Chen. Miss Minjiao is still under Ye Chen's control. Her strength is now at the level of Earth Immortal, equivalent to the previous semi-saint level, which is already quite powerful. Ye Chen didn't give her resources, she obtained the inheritance of a strong man from the holy and demon world. Minjiao girl ranks very high on the Juxiao beauty list. Now that her cultivation has improved, she is more beautiful than before, but Ye Chen has no idea about her. She has been in a brothel, and Yechen has misophobia. Furthermore, Miss Minjiao used to be a spy targeting the Tianyang dynasty. Yechen's spiritual consciousness was released instantly. The person who wanted to take Miss Minjiao away was only a person in the early stage of the Earth Immortal, and his cultivation was weaker than Miss Minjiao. You let the other party take him away. Yechen said via voice transmission. Minjiao girl is ranked 7th in the 9 heavens beauty list, and ordinary forces should not dare to take her away, as it will easily cause greater trouble for their own forces. Yechen wanted to know which force was taking action. Maybe the 9 heavens beauty list was also created by this force. Yes, sir. Ms. Minjiao said in a voice transmission. She couldn't betray Yechen because Yechen had used the master servant contract scroll on her. Soon Miss Minjiao left the Tianyang imperial city and left the Tianyang dynasty 10 minutes later. In less than half an hour, Miss Minjiao arrived at an ancient castle in the God's dynasty. Yechen knew it clearly. His clone secretly followed Miss Minjiao here. The limit of heaven and earth is now at the level of Xianxian Xiaochang. Yechen's clone has reached the limit of heaven and earth, and no strong man has discovered Yechen's clone. Holy Church of Light. Yechen's clone muttered. The strength of the Holy Church of Light in the Holy Demon Realm is not weaker than that of the Asen Divine Kingdom, and the Holy Church of Light has existed for tens of thousands of years, which is even older. The Asen Divine Kingdom has not existed for as long as the Tianyang dynasty. The Holy Church of Light has several heavenly Dao-level strongmen, including the Lord of Light, the Holy Lady of Light, the Archbishop and the Chief Judge, all of whom are heavenly Dao-level strongmen. The Holy Church of Light may have 1 or 2 heavenly Dao-level strongmen in secret. At the beginning, there were no strongmen descending from the Holy Church of Light. Now, the number of strongmen descending from the Holy Church of Light in the United States dynasty is no more than 5,000. Miss Minjiao passed through a light gate. Yechen's clone did not enter the light gate, but his mind followed it into the light gate. Huh! Yechen's clone's eyes flashed with brilliance. There was a large space in the light gate. Yechen's mind suddenly discovered that there were many people from the Holy Church of Light hidden in it. The number has reached 30,000. The most powerful person is the same as the strong man descending from the United States dynasty, with the strength of a great celestial being. The Holy Church of Light actually brought down such a powerful treasure, and has secretly sent so many strongmen here. Yechen's clone was shocked. 30,000 strongmen are not a small number. The number of strong men who have descended from the United States dynasty is less than 100,000, only a little over 90,000. No, the Holy Church of Light did not send strong men, but sent powerful power to enhance the strength of the strong men in the lower world. Yechen's clone said in his heart. The Holy Church of Light should have selected the most suitable people to inherit the power. Miss Minjiao was quickly arranged by them in a milky white pool. According to what they said, this is the holy pool. Everyone, take action. A large number of strong men from the Holy Church of Light took action, and powerful spatial fluctuations appeared in the treasure. It was very calm outside. The treasure that the Holy Church of Light brought to the original world is a treasure of the heavenly Dao level. It is very courageous. If such a treasure is brought to the lower world, it is not afraid of being taken away by the strong men of other forces. There should not be many treasures of the heavenly Dao level inside the Holy Church of Light in the Holy Demon Realm. The holy pool began to boil. White mist enveloped Miss Minjiao, and she showed panic in her eyes. She could not see the surroundings clearly, and the other people from the Holy Church of Light outside could not see her either. Yechen's clone was very powerful, and his consciousness could see Miss Minjiao. A huge amount of power quickly poured into Miss Minjiao's body. Holy fire ignited on her body, and her clothes were instantly turned into ashes in the holy fire. Nice figure. Yechen's clone muttered, and his consciousness continued to watch. He had to monitor Miss Minjiao's situation. It's improving very quickly. In 10 minutes, Miss Minjiao's strength reached the perfection of earthly immortals, and in less than an hour, Miss Minjiao's strength reached the minor success of heavenly immortals. After a whole day, the strong man Jiyu was very tired, and Miss Minjiao's cultivation reached the perfection of heavenly immortals. Ye Chen's clone found that a golden light descended and sank into Miss Minjiao's body. This golden light contained consciousness. He quickly tried to control Miss Minjiao's body. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 264. The golden light contained the consciousness of the Holy Lady of the Holy Church of Light, Isabel. She was a heavenly Dao-level strongman. After being baptized by the Holy Light, it should be easy for her to control Miss Minjiao's body with her ability. What's going on? Isabel soon found something wrong. It was indeed easier for her to merge with Miss Minjiao's consciousness, but when she merged most of it, Isabel found that there was a mark deep in Miss Minjiao's soul. It was still the Master Servant mark. If the Master Servant mark could not be destroyed, even if she controlled this body, she would have to obey the orders of others. Break. Isabel rushed towards the Master Servant mark with a lot of power, trying to erase it. How could it be so strong? Isabel couldn't believe it. Her power was like a tsunami, constantly rushing towards the Master Servant mark, but the Master Servant mark was like a reef in the sea and did not move at all. The Master Servant scroll that Ye Chen used for Miss Minjiao was not particularly powerful, but Ye Chen was a strong master, and Ye Chen's clone was nearby. Soon, Isabel consumed a lot of power. She felt bad. Ms. Minjiao, wake up. The voice of Ye Chen's clone sounded in the depths of Miss Minjiao's soul. Baptized by the holy light, her own soul is now in a chaotic state. Immediately, Miss Minjiao's own soul awakened. She instantly understood her current situation, and there were other consciousnesses that wanted to occupy her body. Boom! Miss Minjiao's soul power was like a mountain torrent that swallowed up Isabel's consciousness power. Damn it! Isabel only had a small part of her consciousness power, and she had just consumed a lot of power. She couldn't resist Miss Minjiao's swallowing. Soon, the fusion was completely over. It was just that Isabel was supposed to be in the dominant position, but now it was Miss Minjiao who was in the dominant position. Ms. Minjiao, digest Isabel's consciousness power. Then disguise her. Ye Chen's clone sent a message. Miss Minjiao nodded gently. She opened her eyes, and found that she was not wearing clothes. Her face suddenly turned red, and some power immediately condensed into a piece of clothing. Outside the holy pond, the rest of the Holy Church of Light had no idea of the changes inside. Everyone, it's done. I need to meditate for some time, please leave first. Miss Minjiao's faint voice reached the outside of the holy pond. Yes, Your Highness the Saint. There were thousands of people around the holy pond, and they saluted respectfully. These people did not find anything unusual and did not know that Isabel had failed. In their opinion, this was impossible. Ye Chen's clone quickly returned to the Tianyang dynasty. The Holy Church of Light actually has such power in secret. Ye Chen was surprised. On the altar of the United States dynasty, there were about 5,000 strong men descended from the Holy Church of Light, plus 30,000 strong men descended from the powerful treasure, 35,000 people. The other forces did not have so many. Unless there is a force like the Holy Court of Light, which has used a treasure of the heavenly Dao level. It has to be a suitable treasure of the heavenly Dao level. Miss Minjiao has not used this chess piece for a long time, and I didn't expect to have such a harvest. Ye Chen said in his heart. If the people of the Holy Light Church had not taken Miss Minjiao away, Ye Chen would hardly have known about this situation. Normally, he actually let his clones go around, but the people of the Holy Light Church hid very well. That light gate, there is no such thing normally. Miss Minjiao has become the leader, so there is no need to target them for the time being. Ye Chen thought to himself. The Holy Light Church is not easy to mess with. And now that the Holy Light Church is provoked, the pressure on the kingdom of Ashen will be greatly reduced. Holy Demon Realm. Damn it, damn it. The Lord of Ashen cursed in his heart. He was in a very bad state at the moment and was very embarrassed. In the past 5 months, the kingdom of Ashen has suffered great losses. He was attacked by many powerful monsters several times. He had just escaped from the attack of monsters 2 days ago, and there was a strong man in the kingdom of Ashen who rebelled and surrounded and killed him with many strong men from other forces. Many of his men died to cover his escape. All his men at the level of Heavenly Deo died. Now there are no people around the Lord of Ashen, and the enemy is still tracking him. It is very likely that they will catch up soon. Lord Ashen checked his current situation and was in a very bad state. Ye Chen, if I survive in the future, I will make sure you die without a burial place. Lord Ashen looked extremely ferocious. He hated Ye Chen to the core. It won't be long before the enemy will surround and kill me. My current state. Lord Ashen looked tangled. The leader of Wangqing had contacted him some time ago. If he needed help, she could provide it. Nalan Feng may not target me. She and I have a common enemy. Lord Ashen thought to himself. The enemy was approaching. Lord Ashen took a deep breath and sent a message to the leader of Wangqing, Nalan Feng. After receiving the message, the leader of Wangqing's eyes lit up. Lord Ashen was hiding now. It was not so easy to find him with his strength, and many strong people were looking for him. The chance of her finding him was relatively low. Fellow Deist Orson, you should have contacted me earlier. You wouldn't have been injured so badly then. The leader of Wangqing soon arrived at the place where Lord Ashen was, and she took Lord Ashen away quickly. The leader of Wangqing was a top-level Tiandao-level strongman. It was difficult for Lord Ashen to escape the encirclement in his condition, but the leader of Wangqing had no problem at all. Half an hour later, they had gone far away. Fellow Deist Nalan, thank you very much. Lord Ashen bowed. Thank you too early. A long sword appeared in the hands of the leader of Wangqing, and the long sword instantly pierced Lord Ashen's body. The terrifying power destroyed Lord Ashen's body crazily. No. The face of the leader of Wangqing changed, and a black light instantly fled away at an incredible speed. A puppet was left on the spot. There was a sword wound on the puppet. Damn it! The leader of Wangqing immediately tracked, but soon completely lost the trace of Lord Ashen. That puppet was a substitute puppet. A treasure of the Tiandao level. When fatally injured, the substitute puppet can take the attack instead, and at this time, the substitute puppet will also provide a lot of power to help escape. Nalan Feng, you woman. The Lord of Orson sent a voice with great anger. The heavenly Dao level substitute puppet took him countless efforts and was his most powerful trump card. No one knew he had this trump card, but now it is gone. Fellow Deist Orson, you are in a very bad condition and you are likely to die. It is better to die in my hands. I have a great grudge against Ye Chen. Killing you Ye Chen requires me to give you the heavenly Dao fate plate, which is the most heartbreaking for him. The Lord of Forgetfulness sent a message, and she quickly searched for the Lord of Orson at the same time. It's just that Lord of Orson is far away now, and it's not easy for her to find him. After searching for a long time, the Lord of Forgetfulness didn't find him. She knew there was no hope. Ye Chen, Luo Hanjian. The Lord of Forgetfulness had a cold light in her eyes, and she knew that she had been successfully calculated by Ye Chen and his men. Although Lord Orson was seriously injured, he had a lot of good things in his hands and would definitely recover in the future. She could have cooperated well with Lord Orson, but now there was no point in cooperating. Lord Orson wanted to kill her immediately. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 265. 10 days later, Lord Ashen secretly breathed a sigh of relief. The half-year period Yechen had mentioned before has arrived. It's less than half a year until the heavenly Dao Fate plate is fully restored. I wonder if Yechen will give it away. Lord Asen's eyes flashed with brilliance. If he doesn't give it away, he thinks Yechen will definitely die. With Yechen's strength, he can live a little longer if he gives it away. Damn it! Half a year is up. If there is more time, Lord Asen should be able to kill him. The other strong men were quite annoyed. They paid a lot to deal with the kingdom of Asen and Lord Asen, but in the end, they got nothing. Contact Yechen to see if he can trade the heavenly Dao Fate plate directly to us. A demon giant in the holy demon realm said. The strong men of the demon clan were relatively not as annoyed as some human strong men. They and humans are inherently hostile to each other. Although they failed to kill Lord Asen and obtain the heavenly Fate plate, the strength of the kingdom of Asen was greatly damaged, which was a good thing for them. Everyone, half a year has passed. We still have to invade the original world if we fail to kill Lord Asen. 20 or so demon giants gathered at the place where the demons originally landed. There were only a dozen of them originally. No demons have landed on the side of Xuanhuan City in the past 6 months. But they have not been idle in the past 6 months. In the past, 30,000 or 40,000 demons could descend at a time, and now it is no problem to descend 100,000 demons. Will there be any more problems? We have suffered heavy casualties on the side of Xuanhuan City. Should we negotiate with Yechen and let Yechen let our people descend? A group of demon giants talked about it. Many of them are worried. Yechen killed batches of demons before, and they already have psychological trauma. According to their information, there are no human strongmen in Xuanhuan City now. But the 7 blood-sucking corpse vines should still be there. They all have the strength of the perfect level of celestial immortals. There are already many powerful humans descending, but there are no powerful humans setting up formations or anything to guard there. Did Yechen set a trap for them again? Everyone, let's give it a try. It's embarrassing for us to die if the demons descending die, and it's equally embarrassing for us to discuss with Yechen. The leading demon finally made the decision. The other demon giants nodded one after another. If 100,000 demons descended at a time, if the situation in Xuanhuan City was still the same as before, they would definitely not be able to resist. Let's go. The passage was opened, and 100,000 demons set off quickly. The most powerful among them reached the level of Tianxian Dacheng. Soon, 100,000 demons arrived at Xuanhuan City. Everyone, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Just surrender obediently. Hu Xiao raised his voice. Hu Xiao and Nightingale are both here. The strength of the two Xianxian Xiaocheng has reached the limit of heaven and earth. Xiao Zi's strength has also reached the limit of heaven and earth. In addition, Yechen has also arranged a powerful formation here. 3 Suangxian level masters, 6 Tiangxian level masters. The demon masters who descended were shocked. Even if they could rush out with such a force, the loss would be great. In Fengming Palace, Yechen received a message from Hu Xiao. Hu Xiao is now at the Xianxian level, and he can use a powerful communication talisman to directly communicate with him. Hanjian, let's go to Xuanhuan City together. Yechen woke up Luo Hanjian and sent a message to Enlangxiu and the others at the same time. Soon, Yechen took Luo Hanjian and the others to Xuanhuan City directly. Boom! Roar! The fight has already started here, but Hu Xiao and the others are mainly besieging, and no demons have died for the time being. Everyone, stop and surrender. Yechen said lightly, and his powerful aura burst out. Boom! Boom! Luo Hanjian and the other 4 also burst out with the aura of Xianxian Xiaocheng level. How is this possible? The demons were dumbfounded. Yechen had the strength of Xianxian Xiaocheng, which was within their expectations, but what the hell did Luo Hanjian and the other 4 also have such strength? Together with Yechen and his men, The 8 warriors on Yechen's side have reached the limit of heaven and earth. How can they fight? Most of the 100,000 demons are only at the level of earth immortals. Everyone, I plan to negotiate with the strong men of your demon clan. If you surrender, you will have a great chance of survival. Or, do you want to try to fight your way out? Yechen said in a calm voice. We surrender. The leading demon warrior said that if they fought in this situation, they would surely die. Very good. Yechen nodded. System, sign in 3 times. Yechen said in his mind. Now the accumulated luck is stronger than before, plus so many demons have descended here, and it has been a long time since I came here, so I should be able to get something good. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for receiving a drop of Pangu's blood, a saint-level reward. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for receiving a heaven-level plane order. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for receiving a heaven-level reward of longevity pills. Using the pills can increase lifespan by 10,000 years, up to 3 pills can be stacked. Yechen was pleasantly surprised. He actually got another drop of Pangu's blood, and also got a heaven-level plane order, so happy. In comparison, Yechen didn't care that much about his lifespan of 10,000 years, he was still very young. It turns out that 1 drop of Pangu's essence and blood has only been digested 1%, and another drop of Pangu's essence and blood. After these 2 drops of Pangu's essence and blood are digested, maybe you can become a saint. Yechen muttered in his heart. He now has the perfect cultivation level of Xianxian. Naturally, Pangu bloodline has been equipped for a long time. The only requirement for this is that his cultivation level reaches Xianxian level. By the way, if it weren't for Pangu's bloodline, if it weren't for the drop of Pangu's blood contained in Pangu's bloodline, Yechen would definitely not have reached the level of Xianxian now. System, if I use the Tiandao level plane token to strengthen the 4 swords of the immortal, it won't be very demanding, and I won't be able to equip it anymore, right? Yechen asked in his mind. Host, that's for sure. Yechen. Fortunately he asked. System, then this is used to strengthen Haoshan Tower, is it okay? Can. Yechen secretly breathed a sigh of relief. This is the first Tiandao level plane token he got. It would be embarrassing if he couldn't use it. Instead of using this plane token immediately, Yechen planned to go back tomorrow. Receive. 100,000 demons all imprison their own strength, and Yechen received them all into the Sumuru ring. Yechen and the others also entered the Sumuru ring. Last time I was here, I was killed by a luck treasure. This time I have to learn a lesson. The Sumuru ring is a heaven-level treasure, and it is much safer to hide in it. Xuanhuan, I'll give you a task. Go interrogate those monsters. Yechen said. Xuanhuan glanced at Luo Hongjian and the others, and Yechen was probably thinking about good things. Yes, sir. Xuanhuan flew. She left quickly. Yechen looked at Luo Hongjian and the others with a smile. Hongjian, you won't be practicing today. Luo Hongjian rolled her eyes at Yechen. Even if she had it once, she was quite shy, but Luo Yudi was much better than before. Because she sometimes joins in Langxiu and Lu Qianqian. Let's go to bed. Enlan, follow up. Yechen picked up Luo Hongjian and entered the bedroom, followed by Langxiu and others with slightly red faces. The 5 of them had no sleep all night. In the Holy Demon Realm, all the demon giants gathered together also had no sleep. It's just that they are not as comfortable as Yechen. They waited for a response from the original world, but there was no response for several hours. The hundreds of thousands of demons who have descended into the lower realm are just afraid of being cold. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 266. The next day, Ye Chen teleported back to the Tianyang Imperial Palace with Luo Hongjian and the others. The strength here will not be suppressed, and it is still comfortable to stay here. System, use the heavenly Dao level plane order to strengthen the Haoshan Tower. Ye Chen lay leisurely on his recliner. Used. Deep underground, the Haoshan Tower was changing rapidly, and its power was growing wildly. At present, the level of the Haoshan Tower is Saint level, and it has been upgraded to the heavenly Dao level, which is 1,000 times stronger. The Haoshan Tower suppresses the luck of the Tianyang dynasty. With the improvement of the Haoshan Tower, the luck of the entire Tianyang dynasty is stronger. Huh! Ye Chen's eyes showed surprise. The limit of heaven and earth is still the level of Xianxian Xiaocheng, but he sensed that the limit of heaven and earth for the people of the Tianyang dynasty within the scope of the Tianyang dynasty has been improved. It has reached the level of Xianxian Dachen. Unfortunately, now in the entire Tianyang dynasty, only he and Luo Hongjian, and Xuanhuan after the dragon transformation, are so strong, and An Langxiu and the others are still only Xianxian Xiaocheng. Boom! Boom! In the entire Tianyang dynasty, many people broke through their cultivation in a short period of time. What's going on? The cultivation broke through just like that. Strange, I thought it would take another month or two to break through, but it broke through just like that. Ha ha ha, I broke through my cultivation. I can live another 100 years. The Haoshan Tower became stronger, and the luck of the Tianyang dynasty became more solid. Many people in the entire Tianyang dynasty broke through. At first they thought they had such a talent. But then they knew that many other people in the Tianyang dynasty also broke through. They knew that the royal family must have made another move. Husband, what did you do? Luo Hongjian quickly came to Ye Chen, and she looked at Ye Chen in surprise. She noticed the strangeness of the world. Ye Chen smiled and said, Hongjian, upgrade the treasure that suppresses the luck of the Tianyang dynasty. You can exert the strength of Xianxian Dachen in the Tianyang dynasty after leaving the imperial palace. Luo Hongjian's eyes lit up. My husband, do you mean that people from other countries cannot exert their strength even if they have the strength of Xianxian Dachen when they come to our side? Yes. Luo Hongjian was pleasantly surprised. This is great news. There is a tenfold difference in strength between Xianxian Xiaocheng and Xianxian Dachen. With such a gap, she will be much safer when she goes to other places in Tianyang dynasty. Hongjian, you can have people spread the word. Just say that the royal family has used some means, and the cultivation speed of the people of Tianyang dynasty can be faster next time. Ye Chen smiled. With the Haoshan Tower suppressing the luck, the original cultivation speed of the people of Tianyang dynasty was quite fast. Now that the Haoshan Tower is strengthened, the cultivation speed of the people of Tianyang dynasty can be doubled. The stronger the people, the stronger the luck of the dynasty, and the stronger the luck, the better the effect of the Haoshan Tower. This is a virtuous circle. Bo. Luo Hongjian bent down and kissed Ye Chen on the face and left happily. In the Holy Demon Realm, the gathered demon giants finally got feedback from the lower world. A large number of demons descended in Wanyao City. But this time, not a large number of demons were killed on that side. Ye Chen captured our people alive. How did Ye Chen do this with 100,000 of us demons? We still underestimated his strength. In less than half a year, the heavenly Dao Fate Disc will be fully restored. According to the current situation, perhaps no one can get the heavenly Dao Fate Disc from Ye Chen. More than 20 demon giants talked a lot. They were all in human form at this time, and their faces were not very good. The powerful people who descended were harvested by Ye Chen again and again. Everyone, why didn't Ye Chen kill our people this time, but captured them alive? One of the demon giants said in a deep voice. The rest of the demon giants looked at him. In my opinion, there are two reasons. First, the blood-sucking corpse vine may have reached its limit and cannot grow even if it is swallowed. Second, Yechen may want to trade with us. If the 100,000 demons were on the side of the holy demon realm, they would never trade. They don't care. But those demons are much more valuable in the original world than in the holy demon realm. In the past few months, they have worked hard to strengthen the space channel, and only sent 100,000 demons at a time, but it does not mean that they can send so many every month. Send someone to talk to him. After discussing, the demon giants quickly reached an agreement. Before the 100,000 demons came, they did not want to talk to Yechen, thinking that it was shameful, but now no one of them said it was shameful. Not long after, humans secretly controlled by demon masters arrived at Tianyang Imperial City. "Husband, someone wants to see you," and the other party said that he is the messenger of the top demon in the holy demon realm. Luo Hanjian sent a message to Yechen. Let him come. In fact, Yechen had already discovered that the strong man came to Tianyang Imperial City. There was a very subtle demonic aura on him. Empress Ye. In less than half an hour, the person arrived at Fengming Palace. When he arrived in front of Yechen, he bowed his hands. This person has the cultivation level of a small success of a terrestrial immortal. In the past, he was very strong, equivalent to a great emperor, but now his strength is just average. What's your name? Yechen smiled faintly while lying down, and he had no intention of getting up to return the greeting. The visitor said in a deep voice, Empress Ye, I am a Saint Emperor in the Saint Demon realm, and I am known as the Mad Lion Saint Emperor. Saint Emperor is a respectful title. Yechen knew this. A person who has achieved a small level of sainthood is generally revered as a Saint King, a person who has achieved a great level of sainthood is generally revered as a Saint Emperor, a person who has achieved perfect saint level is generally revered as a Saint Emperor. In the entire holy demon realm, there are less than 200 strong men at the level of heavenly Dao, and those at the holy emperor level are already extremely awesome. Yechen said calmly, you are not in the holy demon realm now, and you do not have the strength of a holy emperor. You should just say your current name. Chang He. The visitor frowned. Compared to this name, he still prefers others to call him the Mad Lion Holy Emperor. Yechen nodded slightly. Chang He, why did you come to see me? Chang He said, Empress Ye, the 100,000 demon soldiers from our demon tribe were captured alive by you, right? Good. Yechen said directly. He answered so cheerfully that Chang He even lost his ability. Chang He took a deep breath and said, Empress Ye, how about we make a deal with you? Some of your human treasures cannot be used by us, the powerful demon clan. Most of them we will secretly trade with you powerful humans, but there are some that we don't want to trade. You should know the value of such a treasure. Normally, the demon clan would not take out such a thing. Now is a special situation. If the demon clan did not have a strong influence in the original world, the heavenly destiny chart would definitely not fall into their hands. If the top strong men among humans could live forever, it would be a huge disaster for them, the demon clan. Yechen said calmly, you take out the treasures of the heavenly level, can I use them? If it is a treasure that I cannot use, it is useless to me. Chang He said, Empress Ye, we can trade with you using artifacts and sacred artifacts. Yechen shook his head. I don't want treasures at the level of heaven, and I don't want ordinary artifacts or holy weapons either. Chang He frowned. Empress Ye, what do you want? Yechen said softly, I have to store a lot of demon soul treasures. The demon souls inside should not be too low. The number should be at least 1 million. Chang He said solemnly, Empress Ye, such a treasure is not low in the holy and demon world. Besides, I'm afraid I won't be able to bring something like this. Ordinary heavenly level treasures can be brought here, and the life energy space channel has a great impact. The demon soul is considered a half-life form. Chen smiled and said, as long as you prepare the things, I will naturally open the space channel to trade with you. The things can definitely be transferred here. Chang He was confused. What would Chen do with such a thing? It is difficult for the demon soul to take advantage of it. Even if Chen is strong, where is the limit of the original world? How can Chen deal with so many powerful demon souls? Empress Ye, if we give you such a thing, give us those 100,000 demon soldiers. In addition, you must not stop our strong men from coming. Chang He said in a deep voice. Chen said calmly, you can choose one of these two. Either I will trade those 100,000 demon soldiers to you, or I will no longer care about 10,000 demon city. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 267. Chang He frowned and said, Empress Ye, we can give you more benefits. All 100,000 demon soldiers will be traded to us. In addition, how about you no longer care about things over there? Chen shook his head. He wants demon souls because he wants to use the ghost control ring and other treasures to transform them into martial souls. It already takes about a year for millions of demon souls to be completely transformed. I agree, you demons have too great an advantage, this is impossible. You take the time to discuss it. After Chen finished speaking, he closed his eyes. Chang He said goodbye and left. The matter was important and could not be decided by himself. The next day, Chang He came to Chen again. Empress Ye, we have chosen you to stop taking care of things in 10,000 Demon City. But we need a guarantee. What if you go back on your word? Chang He said in a deep voice. Chen said calmly, Chang He, if you don't believe me, you can leave now. You have to be clear, it's not me who comes to you to ask for a deal, it's you who want to make a deal. Chang He frowned. Empress Ye, if you deceive us, no one will believe you in the future. I hope you know this. Chen nodded slightly. Chang He, please don't mess with the items in the transaction. If the quality of the demon soul cannot satisfy me, you can take the items away and the transaction will be cancelled. I'll give you 3 days to prepare. In 3 days, the portal will be opened here. 3 days passed quickly. Chen opened the portal next to the companion Zhen Liu. This portal is the holy treasure he obtained by signing in. It's infinitely better than the altars set up by many strong players in the American League dynasty. Next to Zhen Liu, the power of the portal can also be unleashed. In the holy demon realm, the demon giants sense the portal. Maybe we can have a powerful person teleport there. A demon giant's eyes flashed. Another demon giant shook his head and said, since Chen dares to do this, he must have someone to rely on. Besides, even powerful people will be suppressed by heaven and earth when they go there. Let's not cause too much trouble. Most of the other demon giants nodded. Teleport. They have a huge teleportation array here, and they put an artifact into the teleportation array. This artifact is just a container for the demon soul. Millions of demon souls are among them. If it were the altar on the side of the American League dynasty, it would be possible for 100,000 demon souls to be transmitted here like this. On Chen's side, the space door fluctuated, and a dark jar flew out from the space door. The companion Zhen Liu immediately checked. It soon became clear that there was no problem. Chen's consciousness entered the jar, which contained exactly 1 million demon souls, no more and no less. He was worried that he would cancel the transaction because he thought the quality of the demon soul was poor. The demon soul level given by the demons was not bad. The 400,000 earthly immortals are the original demon souls of the semi-saint level. 400,000 perfect demon souls of earthly immortals. There are also 200,000 fairy-level demon souls. For the demon giants in the holy demon realm, it is easy to gather these demon souls. Receive. Chen transferred all these millions of demon souls into the ghost control ring. It can handle about 100,000 per month. Chang He, I have received the demon soul. As long as there are no problems with the demon soul, I will not care about you demons coming from the other side of 10,000 demon city. Don't destroy the blood-devouring corpse vine. If the other powerful humans come over, it's none of my business. Ye Chen sent out the message. Chang He secretly breathed a sigh of relief. 20 days passed. On the side of the American League dynasty and the dynasty of the gods, more powerful human beings have arrived. Set off. There is a demon giant in the holy demon realm who said solemnly, they have 40,000 to 50,000 demons ready to come. A huge black ball of light appeared on the 10,000 demon city side. A large number of strong men from the demon tribe rushed out from inside. Xiao Zi and the others were hiding underground and had no intention of attacking these monsters. Success. Ye Chen didn't break his promise. Many demons quickly moved away, and in a short time they left Alcatraz Island. The American League dynasty, the dynasty of the gods, now some forces are ready to make a move. The number of strong men coming to the American League dynasty has reached 130,000. On the other side of the dynasty of the gods, 50,000 strong men from the light holy religion have secretly arrived. With such strength, they felt that they could handle Ye Chen. The heavenly chart may be completely restored in 4 or 5 months, but time is running out. A large number of demons are coming. What the hell is Ye Chen doing? The arrival of 40,000 to 50,000 demons made a huge noise, and the strong men from the American League dynasty quickly got the news. Many of their strong men were furious. They hoped that Ye Chen and the powerful men from the demon tribe would fight to the end. Unexpectedly, Ye Chen actually gave up the resistance and directly let tens of thousands of demons descend to the original world. Everyone, what should we do? The news spread to the holy demon realm, and many powerful humans immediately gathered in the holy demon realm. Ye Chen is a bastard. He is a traitor among humans. He actually let so many demons descend to the realm. A hot-tempered top human being cursed. Most of the strong men had calm expressions. Ye Chen's choice seemed normal to them. Many powerful men from the demon clan had arrived, and they could check and balance each other. Ye Chen has no choice but to survive in the cracks. He has stopped many demons from coming, and bought us a lot of time. Some strong men defended Ye Chen. Some other strong men nodded. If it weren't for Ye Chen, a large number of demons would have come long ago. It seems that Ye Chen doesn't plan to take care of Xuanhuan City. Should we take care of it? We must take care of it, but how should we take care of it? The crowd argued endlessly. Of course, they don't want a large number of demons to continue to come, but it's not easy to control it. There are already 40,000 to 50,000 demons coming, and there may be another 50,000 next month. If they take care of it, they may face the impact of nearly 100,000 demons. Even if they have the advantage in strength, they will suffer heavy losses. It's not easy to fight for the fate of the heaven. After arguing for a long time, the result finally came out. The order was transmitted to the original world. Everyone, the joint resolution of all parties in the holy demon realm has come out. Let's put pressure on Ye Chen and let Ye Chen continue to target the demons that are coming. We will also send out strong men. On the side of the United States dynasty, 100 strong men were dispatched soon. They came from 100 different forces, and the strength of each force was not weak. 10 minutes later, these people arrived at the border of Tianyang dynasty. Everyone, what are you doing in our Tianyang dynasty? A strong man at the border of Tianyang dynasty raised his voice. These strong men who came here all have the cultivation of the immortal level. They did not hide their bodies, and they moved forward arrogantly with a strong momentum. Tell Ye Chen to let him leave the palace. We will meet him in Tianxian building. I heard that Miss Minjiao is the top card of Tianxian building and the 7th on the Juxiao beauty list. It's just right for us to meet, haha. One of the 100 strong men raised his voice. The strong man of Tianyang dynasty who asked the question frowned secretly. These guys came with bad intentions. Everyone, I will report the situation, but the emperor and empress may not meet you. This strong man of Tianyang dynasty said in a deep voice. He was a guard at the border. Another strong man sneered, Ye Chen had better come. He had better give us a reasonable explanation in person for letting the demons invade the original world. Give us an explanation. In Fengming Palace, Ye Chen's eyes flashed. He had already discovered these people approaching before they entered the territory of Tianyang dynasty. Even if he didn't use the Zuxian sword formation, he could kill these people easily. But these 100 strong men came from 100 powerful human forces in the holy demon realm. If possible, he naturally didn't want to offend them. The 100 strong men continued to move forward. Ye Chen didn't stop them. It didn't take long for them to reach Tianyang Imperial City. Tianxian Tower, Miss Minjiao is now back. Except for Ye Chen, no one in Tianxian Tower knew that Miss Minjiao had already reached the perfection of the celestial fairy. The original plan of the Holy Lady of Light was to occupy Miss Minjiao's body, improve her strength, and then see if she could use Miss Minjiao to seduce Ye Chen. Miss Minjiao is now back in Tianxian Tower, and the Holy Lady of Light in the Holy Demon Realm is not surprised at all. Everyone, welcome. On the Tianluxian side, Ye Chen bowed and smiled. He had booked the Tianxian building. These 100 strong men represent 100 powerful forces in the Holy Demon Realm. Before they make rude requests, Ye Chen should be polite. Let's go, talk inside. One of the 100 strong men said arrogantly. Ye Chen nodded. Soon they entered the Tianluxian. Ye Chen was followed by Xuanhuan, who was now able to do her best. In the state of dragon transformation, she and Ye Chen have the strength of a true god. Ye Chen was alone, even if Ye Chen was very powerful, Luo Hongjian and the others were worried. Shang Guanyan followed him, and Luo Hongjian and the others felt much more at ease. Ye Chen, do you admit your guilt? After entering the Tianxian building, as soon as everyone sat down, one of the young men slammed the table and said. Warm reminder, if you find that clicking the next page will force you to jump to other websites, please use the chapter error or contact us at the bottom to inform us, we will handle it as soon as possible, thank you for your understanding. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 268. Ye Chen looked at the young man who slammed the table with an indifferent expression, what crime have I committed? The young man who slammed the table was called Fan's Haiheng. He was from the Fan family in the Saint Demon realm, and the head of the Fan family was a strong man at the level of Heavenly Deo. Fan's Haiheng was not a member of the Fan family, but he had good talent. Now he was in his 30s and had the cultivation of a great immortal. He was the best among the strong men who came here. Fan's Haiheng chose to go down to the lower world just to perform well. See if he can become a member of the Fan family in the future. Ye Chen, you have powerful blood-sucking corpse vines on the other side of the 10,000 demon city. You let them give up resistance and let tens of thousands of demons invade. You still don't know your crime. Fan's Haiheng said sternly. If he came here alone, Fan's Haiheng would not have the courage to be arrogant in front of Ye Chen, but now they are 100 powerful forces acting together. Ye Chen took a sip of tea and said slowly, what is your name? This seat Fan's Haiheng. Fan's Haiheng said coldly. Ye Chen's eyes flashed, Fan's Haiheng, how is the strength of your Fan family compared to the forgetful demon sect, and how is it compared to the Asen divine kingdom? Fan's Haiheng choked. The Fan family is very strong, but there is still a big gap compared to the forgetful demon sect and the Asen divine kingdom. Ye Chen said, you slap yourself 10 times. I don't care about your rudeness just now. Otherwise, unless the Fan family destroys your branch, I will offer a reward for your Fan family. The leader of the forgetful sect survived, and the leader of the Asen kingdom also survived. I don't know if the head of your Fan family can survive under the pursuit of a large number of strong men. Fan Haiheng's face changed drastically. Ye Chen, we are 100 forces united here, don't be too arrogant. Fan Haiheng said angrily. Ye Chen said with a smile, if killing your Fan family head can get the heavenly Dao destiny plate, many of these forces should take action. I will give you half a minute to think about it. The rest of you, don't talk, or you'll join Fan Haiheng. Some of the other strong men were really ready to talk, but when Ye Chen said that, they swallowed the words in their mouths. 20 seconds passed quickly. Cold sweat broke out on Fan Haiheng's forehead. He knew that if he didn't slap himself, his lineage would definitely be destroyed. Snap! Snap! Fan Haiheng gritted his teeth and slapped himself 10 times quickly. Ye Chen frowned. Fan Haiheng, didn't you eat? If you are so frivolous, I will change the conditions. How about you commit suicide on the spot? Fan Haiheng's forehead was bulging with veins. Snap! Snap! He slapped himself 10 more times. After slapping, he gritted his teeth and said, Ye Chen, is this okay now? Ye Chen nodded slightly, it's okay. His eyes swept across the whole place. Everyone, this was just a small episode. Through this small episode, you must have understood what kind of person I am. I booked this place to entertain you. Don't be shameless. Ye Chen said lightly. The strong men frowned secretly. Fan Haiheng wanted to give Ye Chen a warning, but he didn't expect Ye Chen to be so fierce. Hey, fellow Daoist Ye Chen, don't you think about the future? Another strong man said, you may be the best in the world in the original world, but it is only a matter of time before the original world merges with the holy demon world. You should have the strength of a mysterious fairy now. You should still have the strength of a mysterious fairy in 10 years. It takes more than 10 years for the original world's prodigies to reach the level of true God from Xianxian. Even if Ye Chen already has the strength of Xianxian, they don't believe that Ye Chen can reach the level of true God within 10 years. Xuanhuan glanced at Ye Chen with her beautiful eyes. She knew that Ye Chen was now a perfect Xianxian and had the strength of God. Ye Chen said calmly, so. Another strong man said in a deep voice, Daiyu Ye Chen, you help us deal with the demons that are coming. When the time comes, take out the heavenly Dao destiny plate. If the forgetful demon sect and the Asen divine kingdom target you in the future, we can save your life. Ye Chen chuckled and said, everyone, do you think I am a 3-year-old child? The forgetful demon sect and the Asen divine kingdom are united, how powerful they are. If the heavenly Dao destiny plate is not in my hands, will you offend the forgetful demon sect and the Asen divine kingdom for me? What's more, there are many strong men in the demon clan. Everyone, originally I didn't plan to obtain the secret of immortality, but now I have too many enemies, I need to know this. A strong man frowned and said, Daiyu Ye Chen, you said before that you would auction the heavenly Dao fate plate, are you not going to auction it? Ye Chen shook his head. If I auction it now, I'm afraid I'm not far from death, I need to know the secret of immortality to ensure my own safety. If you mess around, I might tell the secret of immortality to the strong men of the demon clan, and we will die together. The strong men. If Ye Chen really tells the secret of immortality to the strong men of the demon clan, the future of mankind will be worrying. Daiyu Ye Chen, if you do this, many top strong men in the upper realm will be dissatisfied. A strong man said. Ye Chen took a sip of tea and said in a calm voice, is there any difference between offending 10 top strong men and offending 100 top strong men? There are 8 heavenly Dao level masters in the forgetful demon cult and the Orson divine kingdom. Everyone was speechless. Everyone, it is better for us to keep out of each other's way in the future. I will not cause trouble to you, and you should not cause trouble to me either. At this point, A heavenly destiny chart appeared in Ye Chen's hand, with tiny cracks on it. It has shrunk a lot compared to before. It is estimated that full recovery will take 4 to 5 months. Everyone's eyes became hot. If they get the heavenly destiny chart, their status within their own influence will skyrocket. One of the strong men sent a message, "Fellow Taoist Ye Chen, I am from the Tianqian Palace in the Holy Demon Realm. Our Tianqian Palace master is a strong man at the heavenly Dao level, and one of the top 10 masters. Our palace master's youngest daughter is only 18 years old, and she is the apple of our palace master's eye. Our palace master said that we can make her your woman. If you give us Tianqian Palace your destiny, we will definitely protect you in the future. Our ancestors of Tianqian Palace left from Tianyang dynasty." The other strong men also had better transmissions at this time. They dare not coerce them now. There are all kinds of inducements. There are those who use treasures, those who use power, and there are several who use women to attract Ye Chen like Tianqian Palace. Everyone, don't waste your efforts. I will not give out the heavenly horoscope. Ye Chen said calmly. Everyone was annoyed, but there was nothing they could do if Ye Chen didn't come in. If pressed too hard, Ye Chen would offer a bounty to deal with them, and even directly give the fate of heaven to the strong men of the demon clan. Old madam, old madam. Fans Haihang shouted, "Where are you? Do you have any eyesight? We have so many guests here and we still don't let Miss Minjiao come out to sing and dance." Some of the others were planning to leave, but after hearing what Fans Haihang said, they stayed temporarily. They were happy to meet the beauty who ranked 7th on the Juxiao beauty list. "Don't be upset, Mr. Fan, Miss Minjiao will be here soon." The boss of Tianxian Tower quickly stood up and said in a low voice that he could not afford to offend anyone present. "Ming Yu, I have met all of you." Minjiao girl appeared in white clothes with a thin veil on her face. When Miss Minjiao appeared, some powerful men's spiritual consciousness instantly explored her, wanting to see her body clearly inside and out. But their consciousness was blocked by an invisible force half a meter away. "My lords, Minjiao received the inheritance by luck, and now has the strength of an immortal." Minjiao girl said. "If the Holy Lady of Light controls Minjiao girl's body, she will not hide her strength now. Only by showing her strength can she attract Ye Chen's attention. You, a brothel girl, have inherited the power of an immortal." Fans Haihang's face was gloomy. He had been practicing hard for 30 years and was only at the level of an immortal. Miss Minjiao actually gained such strength easily. He was unbalanced. "Miss Minjiao, take off your veil and dance for the gentleman," Fans Haihang said in a deep voice. Ye Chen glanced at Fans Haihang. The news spread to the Holy Demon Realm, and the Saint of Light must be angry. The Fan family is no match for the Guangming holy religion. Miss Minjiao looked hesitant. Fans Haihang looked at Ye Chen. "Ye Chen, you won't stop this, right?" Ye Chen smiled lightly and said, "I won't stop you, but Miss Minjiao is not weak. You'd better respect Miss Minjiao's wishes." Fans Haihang secretly breathed a sigh of relief. It would be fine if Ye Chen didn't stop him. Even if Miss Minjiao is not weak, he still can't handle a brothel girl in the original world. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 269. Ms. Minjiao looked at Fans Haihang. "Mr. Fan, Minjiao can play a song for everyone, but dancing is not her specialty." Fans Haihang sneered. "Ms. Minjiao, you can dance if you are asked to. If you can't dance anything else, you can just do a striptease." Ye Chen shook his head secretly. Fans Haihang is a stubborn guy who is looking for death. "Mr. Fan, try to say what you just said again." Ms. Minjiao said, and a strong breath burst out from her body. Boom! The terrifying aura enveloped Fan Zhaiheng. Fan Zhaiheng's face changed wildly, and Miss Minjiao's aura was 10 times stronger than his. Immortal perfection. The other strong men were also shocked that Miss Minjiao actually had such a strong strength. The strong men who came from the United States dynasty are now at the level of immortal great perfection. Ms. Minjiao has the strength of the immortal perfection level, which means that she has a strong backer. It is very likely that Miss Minjiao should be the descendant of a top boss. You. Fan Zhaiheng's face turned pale. He was not a banished son of the Fan family. He had embarrassed the Fan family before, and now he was causing trouble for the Fan family again. He felt that he was not far from death. Empress, Minjiao will play a song for you and everyone. Miss Minjiao smiled at Ye Chen. Soon the melodious music sounded, and hundreds of strong men listened quietly. Originally, they only thought that Miss Minjiao was a beautiful brothel girl, but now they dare not think so. With a backing and talent, she may take off in the future. Pa. After the song ended, Ye Chen took the lead in applauding. The others immediately followed suit. Ye Chen looked at Miss Minjiao and chuckled, Miss Minjiao, you have perfect cultivation of a celestial being, and the power behind you should be very strong. Everyone's face changed slightly. They realized a problem. With such strength, what is Miss Minjiao doing in Tianyang Imperial City? It can't be that she is comfortable in the brothel. Miss Minjiao shook her head, Empress, there is no powerful force behind me. I just have my blood returning to my ancestors and have inherited more power from my ancestors. If Tianyang Imperial City can't accommodate Minjiao, Minjiao can leave. Miss Minjiao and Ye Chen have a master-servant contract, and they are just acting now. No one can know that Miss Minjiao and he are in the same group. Ye Chen said lightly, Miss Minjiao, it's useless for you to look at me pitifully. I don't want to disturb the tranquility of Tianyang Imperial City. Pack up and leave Tianyang Imperial City as soon as possible. Everyone, you too. After speaking, Ye Chen got up and left, and the rest of the people except Fan Zhaiheng also left quickly. Fan Zhaiheng had a bitter face, he had to apologize. Ye Chen returned to Tianyang Imperial Palace. With the powerful demons attracting attention, and Miss Minjiao being very mysterious, the attention of many forces has temporarily shifted away from Ye Chen. 4 months passed unknowingly. Ye Chen ignored the outside world. Isn't it nice to be with a beautiful woman every day? Husband, I have made a breakthrough. Luo Hongjian's extremely happy voice suddenly sounded in Ye Chen's mind. She has already reached the level of Xianxian Daqin and the combat power of Xianxian perfection. In 4 months, her strength has increased tenfold. Hongjian, not bad, not bad. Ye Chen smiled and transmitted the voice. Luo Hongjian's cultivation is ahead of Enlangxiu and the others again. A few days ago, Enlangxiu and the other 3 reached the level of Xianxian Xiaocheng. It is worth mentioning that the current limit of heaven and earth is still the level of Xianxian Xiaocheng. The strong men of Tianyang dynasty are in China, and the limit of heaven and earth is Xianxian Daqin. Husband, the heavenly Dao fate plate will be restored in less than a month, right? Luo Hongjian transmitted the voice to Ye Chen. Yes, so you should seize the time to consolidate your cultivation. This last month will definitely not be peaceful. Ye Chen's eyes flashed. The past 4 months have been very peaceful, but it definitely does not mean that many forces have given up. The temptation of eternal life is too great. Especially for some top masters in the holy demon realm who are about to die, the temptation is too great. Husband, I will consolidate my cultivation as soon as possible. Luo Hongjian said. After chatting with Luo Hongjian, Ye Chen's consciousness went to Enlangxiu and the others. The 3 of them have already consolidated their cultivation. Empress, Wei Xiang wants to see you. Chunlin came to Ye Chen and reported. Let Wei Xiang come. Ye Chen said in a low voice. Wei Yutang probably couldn't contact Luo Hongjian because of something. More than 10 minutes later, Wei Yutang came to Ye Chen. See the Empress. Wei Yutang saluted with great respect. Ye Chen waved his hand and smiled lightly. Wei Xiang, what do you want to see me for? Wei Yutang said, Empress, there is a very serious matter. The other countries have submitted their letters of credence together. The ambassadors of all countries will withdraw from our Tianyang dynasty. And they will organize people from their respective countries to evacuate the Tianyang dynasty. Ye Chen narrowed his eyes. Many foreigners in the Tianyang dynasty have left, but there are still many here. The total number may be 100 million or 200 million. Their evacuation will have a significant impact on all walks of life in the Tianyang dynasty in a short period of time. But this is not the point. The evacuation of embassies and people from various countries is often a precursor to war. What about the Bamo dynasty? Ye Chen asked. Wei Yutang sighed lightly. Empress, the Bamo dynasty also submitted a letter of credence. Ye Chen frowned slightly, but he was not too surprised. There are many strong men descending from the holy demon realm. Although Natasha has become the empress, she must listen to others for many things in the Bamo dynasty. Empress, what should we do? Now there are many strong men descending from the holy demon realm. I am afraid we can't resist them. Wei Yutang said. Wei Yutang didn't know the specific strength of Ye Chen and his men. He was so worried, and the rest of the Tianyang dynasty must be even more worried. Prime Minister Wei, if they want to leave, let them leave. Don't worry about the rest. Ye Chen said lightly. Yes, I'll take my leave. Wei Yutang left. Ye Chen's eyes flashed. It seems that it's time to cut leaks. It turns out that although there are many strong men descending from the major forces, in fact, for safety reasons, the strong men descending from the major forces are of relatively high status. It's different now. All the major forces have already had very important figures descending. For example, the Holy Church of Light. Through Miss Minjiao, Ye Chen knew that the Lord of Light, the Archbishop of Light, and the Chief Judge all had sons in the lower world. Some of the prodigies who can fight across levels have also descended from major forces now. These prodigies may not be the children or grandchildren of the top masters, but they are often the disciples of the top masters, and each one is very important. Even if Ye Chen killed all the people who came before, the top bosses of the holy demon realm might not feel sorry at all, but now they may feel sorry if one of them dies. For security reasons, Ye Chen has long wanted a group of hostages. Now is the time to act. Soon, Wei Yutang signed the letters of credence submitted by various countries on behalf of the Tianyang dynasty. When the news spread, many powerful people were surprised. The ambassadors of various countries left, and the foreigners in the Tianyang dynasty left. Ye Chen and others must know what this means, and they signed the letters of credence so happily. Empress, some people in our country are also preparing to leave. How do you think this should be handled? Shen Kuo came to Ye Chen to report. He was annoyed. He understood that foreigners left, but many of his own people also wanted to leave. Let them leave. Now that they have left, it will not be easy to return in the future. Ye Chen said lightly. Take this opportunity to clean up some people and let them go far away. In just 2 days, a total of almost 200 million people left. There was a lot of turmoil in all walks of life in the Tianyang dynasty. Let's go. It's finally time. I'll see how arrogant Ye Chen will be next. Let's go to Tianyang Imperial City, kill Ye Chen, and capture Luo Hongjian and the others alive, ha ha ha. On the side of the United States dynasty, a large number of strong men are dispatched. In the Endless Sea, a large number of demons are dispatched. The human strongmen who descended from the holy demon realm and the descending demons agreed to act together. Get Ye Chen first. Warm reminder, If you find that clicking the next page will force you to jump to other websites, please use the chapter error or contact us at the bottom to inform us. We will deal with it as soon as possible. Thank you for your understanding. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 270. Husband, the latest news is that all 250,000 strong men from the United States dynasty are dispatched. Endless Sea, 180,000 demons are dispatched. Xuanhuan said solemnly. In the past few months, human strongmen have not fought with demons. Ye Chen secretly controlled some human strongmen, and he knew the reason very well. The human strongmen of the Holy Demon Realm have an agreement with the demon strongmen that the two sides will not fight, but the number of strongmen who have descended on the demon side in the past few months has requirements in terms of strength. This choice is not simply to target Ye Chen. They don't know what force is behind Miss Minjiao, and they are afraid. All dispatched, expected things. Just didn't expect that human strongmen and demon strongmen would go out together to target us. Ye Chen said lightly. Xuanhuan said, Husband, do you think if we give the heavenly Dao destiny plate, can we get peace in our Tianyan dynasty? Ye Chen shook his head. Hanjian, if we didn't control the heavenly fate plate, all forces would have been targeting us unscrupulously. Even if there is no heavenly fate plate, it's the same. From the beginning, the leader of Wangqing wanted to control Xuanhuan, and they started to resist, and they embarked on a road of no return. Of course, even if there is no this, it is inevitable that other forces will target them. The reason is written on the 9 heavens beauty list. Xuanhuan, En Langxiu, Lu Qianqian, Luo Yudi, Shang Guanyan, the 5 of them are the top 5 of the 9 heavens beauty list. It would be strange if they didn't provoke the enemy in this situation. You have to hope that the countless men in the holy demon realm are not lustful. Hanjian, peace is never given by the enemy. A great man once said a sentence, hit 1 punch to avoid 100 punches. Xuanhuan looked at Ye Chen in confusion. Husband, why haven't I heard of this sentence? Haha, you are uneducated. Ye Chen said with a smile. Caused Xuanhuan to roll her eyes. Husband, I'm not worried about ourselves, I'm worried about the people. Ye Chen shook his head. Hanjian, you don't need to worry too much about the people. There will definitely be casualties, but there shouldn't be many. The underworld, the 18 hells, the strong people coming here will definitely be afraid. And slaughtering the people has a bad reputation, and it also affects cultivation. Besides, there are many strong people whose ancestors left the Tianyan dynasty, and they won't allow others to do this. Xuanhuan said, Husband, do you plan to let them come directly to Tianyan Imperial City? Yes. Ye Chen nodded slightly. Tianyan Imperial City is naturally the best. Within 10 kilometers of the companion Divine Willow, the strength of the Holy Emperor level, within 100 kilometers, the strength of the Divine Emperor level. In addition, 3 months ago, Ye Chen signed in and got a heavenly sword bamboo gift pack. There is no holy sword bamboo among them. But there are 100 divine sword bamboos, and they have the strength of the celestial fairy level when they are planted. Now 3 months have passed, they have the strength of the Xianxian level. Sword bamboo is a kind of purple bamboo. It is very beautiful in normal state. Each purple bamboo is like a piece of art. In combat mode, they will become 1,000 meters tall in a very short time, and the bamboo leaves can be shot out like sharp swords, which are very powerful. Half of the 100 sword bamboos are in Tianyan Imperial City. The other 50 sword bamboos are distributed in 50 large cities in Tianyan Imperial City. They now have the strength of Xianxian Dachan. They can exert their maximum power within 100 kilometers. If there is an enemy in this range, the sword bamboo will attack immediately. Even Xuanhuan and the others don't know about the existence of the 100 sword bamboos. Ye Chen is not guarding against Luo Hanjian and the others, but guarding against other strong men from finding out some secrets from them. After all, their strength is much weaker. Master, 100,000 strong men of the Holy Church of Light are in my space treasure. I have arrived in Tianyang Imperial City. Miss Minjiao sent a message to Ye Chen. She left Tianyang Imperial City before, but came here every few days in the past few months. This is to paralyze the other strong men of the Holy Church of Light. Let them think that she can easily enter and exit Tianyang Imperial City freely. Miss Minjiao didn't even need to mention it, the other strong men brought it up, they hid in Miss Minjiao's space treasure and came here, maybe they could benefit from it. Holy Church of Light. Ye Chen's eyes flashed. The Holy Church of Light secretly descended 100,000 strong men, and there were also many strong men from the Holy Church of Light in the United States. The Holy Church of Light was determined to get the heavenly Dao Fate Plate. Minjiao, I will put you in my treasure. Ye Chen sent a voice message to Miss Minjiao. Miss Minjiao's current cultivation is already a minor success of the Xianxian. She later received a lot of inherited power. The limit of heaven and earth is still at the level of a minor success of the Xianxian, such strength is extremely strong. Yes, Master. Miss Minjiao replied. Ye Chen's mind moved, and in an instant he put Miss Minjiao in the Sumi ring. In Miss Minjiao's space treasure, there were several strong men who were always paying attention to the situation outside, and they immediately noticed something was wrong. Boom. Ms. Minjiao's space treasure is very good, and it has a strong ability to conceal her aura, but a large number of strong men in the space treasure attacked, and her space treasure was torn to pieces. The 100,000 strong men hidden in the space treasure rushed out. Everyone, calm down. Ye Chen said calmly, his figure appeared, and a terrifying aura emanated from his body. He now has a god-level cultivation level. The ultimate in combat power. However, the aura that will burst out is only at the level of a god-level minor. Thump. Thump. Most of the 100,000 strong members of the Light Holy Religion were crushed to the ground by the terrifying pressure. Most of them only have the cultivation level of Earth Immortal. There were about 30,000 strong men standing, but they all felt strong pressure, and some were holding on very hard. Except for Miss Minjiao, although two of them only had the perfect cultivation of Tianxian, they had the strength of Xiaoxian Xianxian, but they also felt deep despair. How to fight? Their Xianxian Xiaokeng's strength, Ye Chen's true god-level strength. 1,000 times different. The 10 times difference in strength in each small realm can crush people to death. Ye Chen is stronger than them in a big realm. Everyone, please surrender. We will only die if we resist. The gap is too big. I have no choice. I hope you can understand. Miss Minjiao sighed, she did not show that she was controlled by Ye Chen at the moment. I don't believe he has god-level strength. Maybe it's just an illusion. Kill everyone. One of the young men snapped. He has perfect cultivation as a heavenly immortal, possesses the strength of a Xianxian, and is the adopted son of the Lord of Light. Oh! Ye Chen raised his hand and pressed it. A huge palm immediately appeared above the heads of the people of the Guangming holy cult, and it slapped them down. Hold on. Ye Chen deliberately slowed down a little, and the Guangming holy sect and others reacted, and Miss Minjiao followed them to resist the slapped palms. Ah! The 100,000 strong men of the holy sect of light tried their best to resist, but the terrifying pressure soon pressed their legs into the soil. Many strong men were suppressed until they vomited blood. The strength that Ye Chen displayed was 1,000 times stronger than the characters of Xianxian Xiaocheng, and 10,000 times stronger than the characters of Tianxian perfection level. How could they resist? We admit defeat. Ye Chen, let's admit defeat. The other two strong men with Xianxian Xiaokeng's strength shouted, they were also injured. Ye Chen waved his hand, and the fallen palm disappeared. A large number of strong men from the Guangming holy religion showed fear in their eyes. Ye Chen actually had such strength. Everyone, you have to thank Miss Minjiao. She said a lot of good things, so you have the opportunity to become hostages. Now you all should restrain your cultivation. Ye Chen said calmly. The 100,000 strong men of the holy sect of light smiled bitterly in their hearts. They came here with full confidence, but they fell into Ye Chen's hands. Soon, the 100,000 strong men of the Guangming holy religion restricted their own cultivation, including Miss Minjiao. Ye Chen arrived outside Sumija. He looked into the distance. The 250,000 strong men from the American League dynasty and the 180,000 monsters from the Endless Sea have already met at the border. Keep going. Hundreds of thousands of strong men marched forward. They went straight to Tianyang Imperial City. At their speed, they reached Tianyang Imperial City in just a few minutes. Little Ye Chen, are you scared to death? Ha 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 ha. Ye Chen, why don't you come out and kneel down to greet me? Some strong men spoke arrogantly, and they released more people from the space treasure. 20 million human legions appear. 30 million demons appear. More than 50 million enemies surrounded Tianyang Imperial City. The human legions and demons that came out later were much weaker and were creatures from the original world. But the numbers are there and the momentum is overwhelming.